Arsenal Football Club, the Gunners, are facing Wolves at the Molineux on Saturday as they look to return back to winning ways. As we all know, the Gunners have lost their last two games, and those two games were very much important as they were to define their season, and they managed, or they didn't manage, to win those two games as they lost 2-0 against Aston Villa on Sunday at home, goals from Bailey and Oli Watkins, and also they lost to Bayern Munich in the Champions League quarterfinals at the Allianz Arena, the Joshua Kimmich goal, which meant that Arsenal are still in pursuit of their first ever Champions League trophy. So they'll have a chance next season to try to win it again, to win it for the first time in their club history. So Arsenal are facing Wolves away at the Molineux, as I said earlier, and they are hoping to continue with their form that they were before Aston Villa and Bayern Munich games, and they are just 2 points below league leaders Manchester City. So the title is still not gone yet, as now they can say the Carabao is gone, FA gone, and now the Champions League is now gone. But the title, the Premier League, is not yet gone, as they are still in the race, and they're just 2 points away, or rather below leaders Manchester City, and there's still like 6 games to be played. That is a total of 18 points to be grabbed between Manchester City, Liverpool, and Arsenal. So the title, I think, is not done yet for the Gunners. It's still not decided which team will win it at the moment. As I said, it's just there's 6 games to be played yet, 18 points to be grabbed, and Arsenal are yet to play Manchester United. They are yet to play Chelsea, and yet to play Tottenham Hotspur. So they have 3 important games they have to win if they are to claim their first ever Premier League title for, I think, 20 years now. So let's talk about their current form. Their form at the moment in their last 5 games in all competition, that is Wolves versus Arsenal. So Wolves, in their last 5 games in all competition, they are winless. They have drawn twice and lost 3 times. On the other hand, Arsenal, in the last 5 competitions, remember, they lost their last 2 games in a succession. They lost against Aston Villa and also Bayern Munich. So they've won twice, drawn once, and lost twice. So that's why I said the Arsenal, they'll be looking for a response. As after the game between Bayern Munich, Declan Rice said that this is the game where they need to respond, and that they need to respond positively, and give the fans what they deserve, as the last 2 games have been horrendous. They've not scored a goal in the last 2 games, which is I think it's quite a bit of a shocker, because Arsenal, this season, this year, they've been scoring goals. Remember, the 6-0, the 5-1. So I think that they've been they've been playing so well. They've been fantastic. So I'll be hoping for Arsenal to continue their fine form, and drop the 2 games aside of them, and come up with a good game against Wolves, as they are looking to win their first major trophy, I think, in 2 years now. And Mikel Arteta's men are looking to respond quite positively towards the Premier League race. Remember, Liverpool are playing Wolves, rather playing Fulham on Sunday, and Manchester City are playing Chelsea in the FA Cup. So Arsenal have a chance to claim the first spot in the Premier League, as they'll be looking for the 3 points against Wolves, and hoping that maybe Fulham produces a great result against their rivals Liverpool, and City playing Chelsea in the FA Cup final. That means they will be third if Liverpool and Arsenal win their game. So head-to-head starts now. Overall, Arsenal and Wolves have met a total of 19 times in the Premier League, and Arsenal have managed to win 13 times. Wolves have won 3 times, and they've drawn 3 times. So I think Arsenal have been are the favorites in this tie, as they've won 13 times and in 19 games versus Wolves. Having managed to lose, they've only lost 3 times. And saying that Arsenal are the favorites in this tie with Wolves, in the last 5 games, Arsenal have won all the 5 games, drawing 0 times and losing 0 times. So I think Arsenal have been bossing it when playing Wolves. That's why Declan Rice was confident that they are going to return back to winning ways. They are going to respond quite positively when facing Wolves at away. Remember, the first leg ended 2-1 in favor of Arsenal when these 2 teams met at the Emirates Stadium. This Bukayo Saka's goal and Martin Odegaard goal in the space of I think the difference between Saka's goal and Odegaard's goal was just 7 minutes. So in 13 minutes in the game, Arsenal were leading 2-0 against Wolves at the Emirates Stadium, and I thought Arsenal could add more goals and even make it 5 or 4 goals, but Wolves played quite well and they managed to score a goal in the 89th minute through Matheus Cunha, who scored the only goal for Wolves, and the game ended 2-1 in favor of Arsenal. So they'll be hoping to produce the same result and maybe a better one when they face Wolves on Saturday away, and hoping to give it or rather win the game, score goals, 3 points, and also a clean sheet, as David Raya is looking to win the Golden Gloves this season. This season has been I think a quite spectacular one for the Arsenal the past few months, and the disappointment came against Aston Villa and also against Bayern Munich. But leaving those two games aside, Arsenal have been good. They've been playing quite well, and they've been amazing in quite most of the games, and they sit second in the Premier League with 71 points, having played 32 games. They're just 2 points below league leaders Manchester City. On the other hand, Wolves are sitting 11th with 32 points, having played 32 games. I think they're also having a great season, as they look to maybe qualify for UEFA Conference League. So they'll be hoping for a win as well against Arsenal. So they have something to lose. As Arsenal also have something to lose. So I think it's going to be a great game to watch between Arsenal and Wolves, because Wolves also have something to gain if they win the game, as they look to maybe play in UEFA Conference next season. So the average goals per match, Arsenal is 2.3 and Wolves is 1.4, and this tells you why Arsenal have scored 75 goals in the Premier League and Wolves have scored only 46 goals in the Premier League. So but coming now in average goals conceded per match, Arsenal is 0.8 and Wolves 1.6, and this tells you why Arsenal have conceded only 26 goals in the season. I think they're having the best defense in the Premier League this season, having conceded only 26 goals in 32 games. Wolves have conceded 51 goals and they're having a -5 goal difference, and Arsenal having a plus 49 goal difference in the Premier League. So they'll be looking to add that goal difference when they face Wolves, and Wolves will be hoping not to increase their -5 goal difference against Arsenal on Saturday at home. I want to look at the possible lineup Mikel Arteta might go with against Wolves. I think there will be no much changes to the lineup that faced Bayern Munich in the Champions League on Wednesday. But first, let me look at the team news between these two great clubs, that is Wolves and Arsenal. And Arsenal, they are only having one injury issue at the moment, and that is Julian Timber, who is out. But I think he's training with the team, and we will be able to see him in the next few games. And Wolves, they have injury concerns, as Dawson, Semedo, Pedro Neto, and Ant Nouri are doubtful for this game. But I think Ant Nouri might make it maybe in the bench, but Pedro Neto, I think, is out of the season. So we wait to see if Dawson, Semedo, Pedro Neto, and Ant Nouri will be able to face Arsenal. But for Pedro Neto, I think it's been spectacular for Wolves this season, and that injury was very unfortunate as far as it's concerned. And I think he's out of the season, but we will wait and see. So Wolves having injury crisis, but Arsenal, I think they've been superb with the injuries. I think their medical team have done quite well this season, and that's why they are second in the league. And Timber coming back, I think, is going to be an added advantage for the Arsenal. So I think there'll be no much changes or altercation of the lineup that faced Bayern Munich, but maybe 1-2 changes to make it a strong squad or a strong side as well. So we are going to look that straight into it. And Wolves, I think they're not going to change it from the squad at the weekend so much, and I think the same lineup they're going to go with to face the Arsenal at home, as they're looking for 3 points or maybe just a point to keep their European hopes alive. Just a quick one. Let's analyze Arsenal's possible lineup that will face Wolves at the Molineux Stadium. In goal, none other than David Raya. I think it's been good. He's the leading goal in Golden Gloves this season, the most clean sheet with the Arsenal. It's been tremendous since signing from Brentford on loan, but Arsenal have a chance to secure his services in full terms next summer. So David Raya will start in goal, and will be partner. He will be blocked, or rather, he will have William Saliba and Gabriel Milanese in his front with Benjamin White. And I think the left back there will be a little of changes. I remember the game against Aston Villa, Zinchenko started, and he was criticized by most of the Arsenal fans, as they say maybe he's the one that led to that. He was one of the weakest players who played poorly in their loss against Aston Villa. And Mikel Arteta changed him against Bayern Munich, and he started Tomiyasu, who started against Bayern Munich. But I think when Tomiyasu and Zinchenko were out injured, Jakub Kiwior was starting, and I think he was superb, and he also scored a goal for the Arsenals. And I don't get it. I don't get the reason as to why he was being kept on the bench when Zinchenko and Tomiyasu were fit. I think that is where Mikel Arteta got it wrong in the last 3 or 4 games. I think he needs to you need to reinstate Jakub Kiwior in that first 11, and I think the Arsenal will be the same one we were watching 3 or 5 games ago. And the game against Wolves is the one that he needs to make that change. And I think Jakub Kiwior will return to the first 11 against Wolves on Saturday. In midfield, I don't think there'll be that change, or rather there'll be no changes in that midfield, because Declan Rice, Jorginho, and Martin Odegaard has been the midfield three for the Arsenal for most games this season. And it was changed against Aston Villa, and they lost the game 2-0, where Jorginho was rested and Kai Havertz started in midfield 3. But against Bayern Munich, Jorginho, Declan Rice, and Martin Odegaard was started once again, and they only lost the game 1-0. So I think this is the same midfield that will face Wolves on Saturday. The front three will be Gabriel Martinelli and Bukayo Saka, and up front will be Kai Havertz. King Kai has been tremendous for the Arsenal since his move from Chelsea. I think he's having his best season with the Arsenal since arriving in England. So I think this is the lineup that I think Mikel Arteta might go with against Wolves on Saturday. That is David Raya, Gabriel William Saliba, Benjamin White, Jakub Kiwior, Declan Rice, Jorginho, Martin Odegaard, Gabriel Martinelli, Bukayo Saka, and Kai Havertz. This is the perfect squad, the perfect lineup for the Arsenal to face Wolves on Saturday. And with this kind of setup, with this kind of lineup, I think I'll be seeing 3 or 4 goals for the Arsenals, if not at 5, because if they are scoring goals, they always score goals. But if they don't score goals, they always find it difficult. It will also be a game where we could see Bukayo Saka returning back to his form, as the last 2 games he has been below average, because he against Bayern Munich he recorded 0 shots, 0 pass, 0 dribble success rate, and I think he was poor with his gameplay all the 90 minutes he played against Bayern Munich. So I think he'll be aiming to return back to his form against Wolves on Saturday. That's it from us, the HW Sports 90, as we were discussing the game between Wolves and Arsenal. We've given our views, we've given our views on the possible lineup and how the game might turn up, but we all hope that all the teams can produce a very interesting match. So it all on it. We now waiting for the game on Saturday, and the ball is in Wolves' court to produce a great result, and or rather the ball's in Arsenal's court to produce a great result for their fans as well. And it all remains, we are all waiting to see if Arsenal will bounce back to winning ways against Wolves, or will Wolves pile more pressure on Mikel Arteta's men and deny them the 3 points, and maybe they deny them the title. Because I think if Arsenal want to lose the game against Wolves on Saturday, I think the title race will now be, their hopes for the title will now be slim and slimmer. On the other hand, that will happen if Arsenal were to lose against Wolves and Fulham, or rather Liverpool win against Fulham on Sunday, and Arsenal are facing Chelsea on Tuesday. So I think it's going to be a difficult one. So they need to win this game against Wolves if they are to win, or rather have chances of winning the Premier League this season. So It's all in at Arsenal's court, the players, the manager, and I think the support from the fans. They'll be able to produce a great result. So we are yet to see that tomorrow on Saturday. Thanks guys for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.